Good morning. Welcome to Against the Public for February 20th. We're on to another slate of college basketball games. The NBA chimes in with a perfect would be more games, a proper schedule, I should say. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get to it by checking in on our all-access numbers as we head into Thursday's card. Now, these numbers do not reflect the entirety of our Wednesday selections, and as we know, as I'm sure many of you know, we were a perfect 4-0 on Wednesday. We smashed all three of our college basketball plays and our one NBA play. So not sure when that's going to get reflected. I will give you the numbers, but then when you go on the website, I want to make sure that there's synergy there, and there's not. But they will be up there in the morning. And of course, you can always hit that link below to see our results. So our 30-day total, as it is right now, we're heading into Wednesday night. 60% winners, good for 3,881 units of profit. That's going to be over 4,000 units now. Number one at Pickdawgz.com. That number also includes an 86-45 run on totals, all access totals. 3,728 units won. So guys, we just continue to dominate sportsbooks. We say it every single night. If you're not an all access customer right now, where are you at? I mean, I think somebody else said that at one point, but where are you at? I mean, this is the time to do it. We're smashing books left and right, and we're back at it again tonight with a perfect 4-0 mark. And I do have to thank each and every one of you for joining me. New customers that have joined me, I appreciate each and every one of you, and you're all well into the black as we speak. I'm Dana Lane. Thanks for joining me. Before we get to your free selection, let's just take a look at how Thursday's all-access card is shaping up. And we'll start things off as we usually do in college basketball. 37 games on the Thursday schedule, starting with Georgia State and Appalachian State. That will tip off at 6:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Pacific. And we're looking at a typical three-game card. I was thinking about 4 games maybe, but I'm going to stick with 3 because I think that that's the smart move. We have these numbers include the Wofford win, so it doesn't include the other 3 wins. But still, our college basketball record: 61-44, 58% winners, 1,239 units of profit. Over the last 30 days. That's number one at Pickdawgz.com. Our 90-day total is at 57% winners, 2,790 units won, and 56% winners this entire season. Now over 3,000 units won in college basketball. The numbers inside the numbers in college hoops: 66-42 overall run, 61% winners, 1,749 units, 59-32 when betting college basketball totals, 65% winners, plus 2,279 units. So no matter how you shape it, if you want to break it down by 30 days or you just want to break it down by individual runs, no matter how you do it, we're absolutely smashing sportsbook. So make sure you get involved on Thursday because we're going to have a great weekend. NBA, guys, let's not sleep on that. I could talk all day about that, but that's back with a full force of games, 9-game schedule. Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers. 7 o'clock Eastern Time will be the tip-off for that game. 4 o'clock Pacific. We'll have 3 games off the NBA schedule. And as a reminder, we're on a 41-22 NBA run overall. 65% winners, 1,786 units. As I mentioned, that does not include tonight's winner. 37-11 NBA total streak, 77% winner. So we are more than ready for the NBA to come back and join college basketball. And together, those two have absolutely made the lights flicker in a lot of casinos in this town. I can tell you that for sure. Over the last 30 days, NBA customers, 47-26, 64% winners, 1,839 units. The Four Nation Tournament concludes tomorrow. Massive matchup, United States against Canada. That will be played in Boston, not Montreal, like the first matchup was. We'll have one play in that game, so you can jump on one NHL winner as well, or game played by NHL players. It is, if you haven't seen any of the Four Nations tournament games, make sure you do, because there's only been a couple that have been a blowout, and even the blowouts were really close until the end. This has been a great tournament and way better than an all-star weekend or really anything better than the NBA did. It's an amazing tournament. So please do yourself a favor and tune in to the United States and Canada. And that will be the finals of that tournament. All plays, all records, always documented at pickdawgz.com. And if they're not up there right now, they will be up there pretty soon. So, also time to turn our attention to Major League Baseball. I have my MLB Early Bird Season Pass locked and loaded at Pick Dawgz. Exhibition season starts today. Dodgers, Cubs, they get ready for their season opener. Of course, that's going to be in Tokyo, Japan, in just under a month. So that adds up to a strong 7-game card for Thursday, and that will really that's the hors d'oeuvre for what we're going to do this weekend. There are a ton of reasons why you should become an all-access member right now. Of course, we have something for everyone, but our best and most popular package is our annual all-access pass that gives you every play that I release for just $4.11 a day. If you won today, invest in your future right now. Get that annual all-access pass at just $4.11 a day. Okay. On to our free play, rotation number 749-750, Georgia Southern, heading to North Carolina to take on Appalachian State. App State, 8.5-point favorite, total 139.5. Georgia Southern's 14-13 straight up this year, 11-15 ATS, 14-12 to the over. Of course, we know in their last matchup, they snuck by Old Dominion. That was 5 days ago. They won that game by 3. They were a 5-point favorite in that game, so they didn't cover. They have now won 3 of their last 4 games straight up, but they have dropped 4 of their last 5 against the number in 5 of their last 7. They have also done something I've never seen before, and that's rotate over-unders. Meaning 1 game's over, 1 game's under. They did that for 17 straight games. I used to kind of monitor this because I thought there might be a little bit of a system, 15, 20 years ago in this, but I've never seen it go past 14, and I'm sure it has because I stopped tracking it for a while, but I saw 17 tonight, and I'm like, wow, that blew my mind. So 17 straight games until they cash back-to-back overs in their last 2. Appalachian State, 16-10 straight up, 11-13 ATS, 15-8-1 to the over. Mountaineers broke that 4-game winning streak with a loss at Georgia State by 5 as a 3-point favorite. They failed to cover 6 of their last 8 games, and they have cashed 4 straight unders. This is the final road trip of the season for Georgia Southern, and there's a lot of people that are saying, okay, well, where are they in the postseason picture? Well, if we're being honest, they're not going to the NCAA tournament, obviously, barring a run in the Sun Belt tournament. This is this particular game, this is a small revenge spot for them. And I say that because the last time that they played each other was last year. It was in the conference tournament. Appalachian State bounced Georgia Southern out of the Sun Belt tournament. They won that game in overtime. So the Eagles they've been really bad offensively for most of the year if you had a chance to watch them a couple times. But over the last couple of games, they're really starting to find their groove. And even though they've been one of the nation's worst shooting team, they're not a very good free throw shooting team over the course of the season. But of late, they've managed to get into the 70s 4 straight games and 5 out of their last 6, which will be if they can get in that realm again tonight. This will go a long way to us covering this number. Mostly when we talk about them offensively, Adante Holloman is a kid that we talk about all the time, and he's had 25 3-pointers in his last 5 games. Only 2 other players in college basketball have eclipsed that. And if you watched him, he's a kid that he don't just sit at the line. He'll launch it from anywhere on the court. He's an exciting player, so if you have a chance to watch this game, do so and watch Holloman play tomorrow. And this is going to be a game of pace. And I think Georgia Southern is going to try to push this tempo because of what we saw against the Mountaineers in their game against Georgia State until they settled it down in the second half. That's when they started to retake control. But if I'm Dustin Kearns, I'm going to play a driving kick game. I'm going to use their strength, which is a perimeter shooting team. I'm going to use that against the Eagles, who's going to be more worried to think about transition and dribble penetration to start this game. Unfortunately, I think this number is too high, and tempo is really not in the Mountaineers' game at all. In addition, they too are one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the nation, so we cannot. We're not going to be afraid of them lengthening the lead because of their free throws. I think both of these teams will be even from the line, so I kind of throw that out a little bit. And then if we look at the history of this series, well, we've seen that 7 of the last 10 meetings have gone the Eagles' way as far as which team covers. They've covered 7 of 10. I think they're going to make it 8 of 11. So we're going to take Georgia State plus the 8.5. And as always, try to shop for that best number. Please go to pickdawgz.com, where every individual play, every discounted long-term pass is locked and loaded, including my annual all-access pass for just $4.11 a day. Guys, we smashed bookmakers again on Wednesday. This is not me just flapping my gums out here talking. That's very, very good Stone Cold Steve Austin reference. But you can go and see, for better or worse, all our plays on pickdawgz.com. So when I tell you something happened, it's exactly what we did last night. And there's enough people on the YouTube page that will say, hey, well, wait a minute, I didn't go 4-0. Guys, we smashed them. And if you were with me last night, make sure you're with me again on Thursday. We're going to do some more damage, and we have an amazing weekend on the hardwood already being set up as we speak. So thank you, everybody who has joined me. Thank you to everybody who will. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Thursday.